I made a video cussing out men. I decided to draft it. You're welcome. I decided to draft it because I actually do try not to cuss on the internet because you never know who's watching, okay? But I actually cuss in real life, okay? I really cuss in real life and I will cuss you out, okay? You will be a lot of things that you actually are. And I just say them in a language that you understand because I speak many languages, okay? Whether you know it or not. I understand a lot. I don't speak many languages. I speak the language of people. I speak those languages. You know what? I don't gotta explain shit. Let's get into it. I'm tired of these men getting a big butt, overgrown, butt on the internet, and putting all the responsibility onto women. And a lot of it is misplaced anger that they got for their mammy. It's all the single mother's fault. Cause my daddy didn't love me. It's my mama's fault. She should have chose better. She should have chose a man that was gonna love me. Maybe your mama should have chose the man who was gonna love you. Maybe your mama was too busy trying to love that man who knew he didn't love her back. Or wasn't gonna love her back. Maybe your mama was doing too much for a man who didn't deserve it. Maybe you're right about that part. But when you came into this world, she loved you anyways, even when your raggedy ass daddy didn't. But instead of understanding that your raggedy ass daddy don't got love for the children that he makes in this world, you blame your mama because she should have chose better. You should have chose the man who was gonna love me. Right? Then you get on here and you blame every single mother for every problem in the world. And a lot of it is because y'all not men. And y'all feel a woman can't raise a man cause look at me. I ain't a man. But you don't want to say that part. You don't want to say that part out loud. You don't want to admit that you mad at your mama for not making a man out of you. Even though you claim to be a man. But that's okay. Go to therapy for that. Get some little help. But y'all get on here. And all you do is bash the women who took responsibility for the children that came into this world to the best of their ability, while y'all daddies took none. Not one. Y'all daddies complain about paying $30 for y'all. But instead of focusing on men and helping men become better men, you focus on the woman. And I don't respect that. I don't respect a grown-ass man who puts all their little hurt and their little feelings on the shoulders of the woman and none on the shoulders of the man. And don't you dare fix your mouth to say that you a godly man, because even God didn't do that. Even God didn't put all the blame on the woman. But you little boys do. You little boys who have no clue on what it is to be a man puts all the blame on the woman. None of y'all want to be mentors to these boys. None of y'all want to call these men out. None of y'all stand 10 toes down towards other men that you claim are the issue. Because y'all talk about these women having kids by multiple men. And maybe that is a self-love issue, a sense of self-worth. But even that has something to do with y'all too. Because don't y'all get y'all big ass on the internet and tell women that once they have a baby by somebody and their relationship don't work out, them hoes ain't valuable? Because that's what y'all call it, right? You hoes ain't valuable once you pop the kid out your coochie for a man who ain't shit. That's what you tell them. You told them they don't even have the right or the motherfucking audacity to have a sense of self-worth or standards when it comes to the next man. Blows my mind. which is another reason why I will never respect y'all. And that don't mean I won't respect men. I just won't respect you. Understand? A lot of y'all don't want to admit that y'all not respectable. Y'all don't want to do that. Y'all sit here and put all the responsibility and accountability on the woman, while at the same time telling women that y'all are the leaders. What kind of leader don't take responsibility? Don't sound like a motherfucking leader to me. Not one worthy of anything. Y'all get on my nerves. Because there's real issues in the world. Real issues that needs real solutions. Sometimes relationships don't work out. People do prematurely get involved with each other. People get involved with people before they even know who they are, which is why it's chaotic, right? But y'all are not encouraging men to step up and be an influence in these kids' life. A lot of times y'all don't do that because y'all know that them men are negative influences, and it's probably best that they don't influence the children's life. Y'all really need help. Y'all actually need Jesus too, because Jesus would have told you better than that. Y'all understand how influential the woman is. That's why y'all put all the blame on her. At the same time, trying to minimize her to nothingness. That the men hold the power. The men do this. If the men held the power, and if the men were so influential, then the men have to take accountability for the state of the world. Because wasn't you in power? Wasn't you influential? Y'all not getting on here. Y'all talking about women need to admit that they made mistakes. Baby, when they do admit that they made mistakes, y'all want them to hold them mistakes for the rest of their life. Y'all don't even want them to come out of them mistakes. Y'all want them to wither up and die in those mistakes. That's crazy. Y'all want these women to admit that they had kids when they shouldn't. When they do that, y'all say that they're terrible mothers, that they don't deserve kids, that they're this, that they're that. When they say y'all right, you say they're wrong for saying y'all right. Crazy. But y'all don't get on here and be real with these boys. You don't get on here and take accountability for your mistakes. You don't get on here and be honest about your mistakes. Y'all don't get on here and talk about how important it is for a man to be responsible for himself. Because if you know you don't love that girl, you know you don't want to wife that girl, you don't want to be responsible for that girl, you don't see no future with that girl, you're not telling them they shouldn't be fucking that girl either. But then when they do, and the girl get pregnant, you say, it's her responsibility to kill that baby. And get mad when she don't. Well, why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you abort that child? You know he didn't want you. He knew he didn't want her. He knew he didn't want her. He knew that she wanted him, and he knew that. Because if she didn't want him, she wouldn't have been laying with him. He knew that. But y'all don't talk about that. I do not respect men who do not take accountability for themselves nor responsibility for themselves. I do not respect men who put all the problems on the woman and don't even have no real motherfucking solution besides the woman being better, because even that's a lack of accountability for men. Well, if the women would toughen up and not let me sleep with them, then I wouldn't be out here having babies that I don't have no intention on taking care of. You see how slow you sound? And I will never respect a man like that. And I don't care how many big words you use from the dictionary or how many degrees you think you got. You will still be ignorant to me.